woman with skirt?
No, that woman
like this with that yellow.
That boy, yeah.
That?
Let's go last.
No photographer.
Microphone.
That's also president, no election.
Yeah, but you don't want to be now. So Weekend Sport on Trust TV. Adeni Jishafe. Well, there you saw ladies playing golf at TYB Golf Course, Mambila Barracks in Abuja. Always very interesting watching those particular clips there. It's always good to promote our own sport. We just have to continue to push for it until we get to the very best of it. All right, now we have to look at the week in review. What happened during the week? A lot of activities in the world of sport, starting from the Flying Eagles. Yesterday they played against Burkina Faso at the Wafubi Under-20 Championship taking place in Togo, precisely in Lomé. They lost that first game 1-0, and at least that particular note where they started will actually get them to wake up quickly from their slumber. They will be facing Cote d'Ivoire next in their next game. Talking about the Flying Eagles. Well, Flying Eagles, they fought hard, but they could not. They could not win that game. They lost by a lone goal there. Just to let you have a feel of what happened during the week. We call it week in review. But really, our boys need to wake up and do well against Cote d'Ivoire. A tough match is going to be if they are to qualify for the semi-final of this tournament. And you know that the Under-20 AFCON is also coming up, where they really wants to be there. Well, quickly, we also talk about Super Eagles ordeal in Libya. During the week, media was awash with different stories. That has to do with how Nigerian team Super Eagles were treated by Libyan authorities. A lot of issues here and there concerning that particular treatment that didn't go well with so many Nigerians. In fact, the whole world was really watching what was going on. It was as if the entirety was kidnapped because they were diverted to another location entirely from where they ought to actually landed. Well, that's a big one that happened during the week there. Super Eagles ordeal in Libya was a big one where the captain, Truth Aircon, was able to at least allow the world before other players were also able to get one way or the other get Wi-Fi to let the whole world know what was happening to them in Libya. It was a tough scenario concerning that particular development there. Well, we have in the studio Mohamed Ali is here. He was here last week and he's here today. Quickly, 2-in-1. Flying Eagles lost yesterday. Super Eagles ordeal in Libya.
Thank you. I will start with the Super Eagles ordeal in Libya. It was a shame, honestly. It's not something we look forward to in football. We thought we've gone past that in African football. To see that these kind of things can still happen is a shame. Football should be loved. It should be played in good spirits. It should be played with togetherness, fairness in football. We didn't see that with the Libyans. It was a shame. I was looking forward to watching that game. We analyzed it here. We thought it was going to be a good game to watch, but sadly all that happened and that game was taken away from us. We weren't able to watch it. It's a shame, really. And I'll talk about the Flying Eagles. It's not the best way to start a competition. You don't want to lose your first game. It puts you at the back foot. It means you didn't start well, and now you're under pressure to go and win. You have to win your second game and maybe the third game too. It's not a good start, but like you said earlier, it should wake the boys up, and we hope for better results against Cote d'Ivoire in the next game.
Well, concerning our ladies now, let's talk about the women. The FIFA Under-17 Women World Cup taking place in Dominican Republic. Our ladies, the Flamingos, they won the first match they play against New Zealand, and they'll be facing Ecuador next. That'll be today by 9 p.m. Nigerian time. That'll be coming up. Talking about FIFA Women's World Cup, Nigeria versus Ecuador. A big one is coming tonight between the two teams. Ecuador won their game 2-0. Nigeria won 4-1. And right now the two teams will be meeting. Although debutant Ecuador are also ready for this particular game. But Nigeria coach Olowokere says our ladies are battle ready.
Yes, we are. We tend to always dominate the youth competitions. We should win that game easily. We started very well, 4-1 result. It should be a booster for the girls. The second game, I think we should win that. Although yes, football, you can never say never. You can't predict a football game, but I expect us to go through it. We win, and then we'll go through easily, in my opinion. But we'll have to wait and see.
You just have to wait and see what our ladies will do tonight by 9 p.m. Nigerian time when they face that's Ecuador, because that's the next nation they'll be facing in this competition. We're really trying to see how we can do well. New Zealand, we defeated them 4-1, and now we'll be facing Ecuador next before we face the host nation, Dominican Republic. Ecuador defeated Dominican Republic by 2-0. So it's a big battle for the two winners in the first game that they play in their group. Right now, still talking about what happened during the week, we look at CAF Women Champions League draw that was conducted, where Nigerian team Edo Queens will be facing a Herculean task against Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa in Group B. Tutankhamun of Egypt is there in that particular group. Group B, we have CBEFC also playing in this competition. They are from Ethiopia, and we have Edo Queens of Nigeria. The four teams in Group B. In Group A, AS FAR of Morocco, Eagles de la Medina of Senegal, TP Mazembe of Congo, and University of Western Cape of South Africa. Those are the 8 teams that will be playing this competition. It will actually be coming up in Morocco from November 9th. They'll be playing this competition, Group A and B. So a tough one for Edo Queens because they're going to be playing against defending champion Mamelodi Sundowns ladies.
Yes, it will be difficult. There's this rivalry now between Nigeria and South Africa. It was for a while actually, and then we saw it in the Nations Cup. So it will be a difficult game. The South Africans, their football, I like their football. It's growing, it's improving. It will be a difficult game for our girls, but then we'll have to wait and see how they perform in that one. But it's always going to be difficult when you play against the defending champions. They're not champions for nothing. They're champions for a reason. Our girls will have to set it up and and have to do well.
Oh, okay. So from the way it is right now, we just hope that Edo Queens will do well to get something better concerning this particular tough situation they are facing. Defending champion could be tough, but it's not that if we cannot beat them. Something must just happen concerning Edo Queens and technical crew by making sure they do better than other teams from Nigeria that have been going for this competition. Well, from November 9, action will begin in Morocco, where they'll be playing the CAF Women Champions League. The draw will also their Group A and B. Teams from Senegal, Ethiopia, Morocco, Egypt, Nigeria, Congo, they are all participating in this Women's CAF Champions League draw that was made. Well, just during the week too, big one happened concerning England's 3 Lions. Yes, Thomas Tuchel right now is the man that will be leading them, and he says, well, impossible is nothing. Just believe in us that we are going to do it. They can win the World Cup. World Cup is the target for Thomas Tuchel. Well, let's look at this together. Mohamed Ali, when that news broke, a lot of maybe ex-international for England, some of them were not happy that a foreigner was actually got in as the coach. But another English player asked, how many English players actually or coaches have won the World Cup for them, or maybe done well for them?
Yes, it was a shocking announcement. The FA, the English FA, went about it in a very calm way. I didn't know about it. One evening I heard Thomas Tuchel is the new manager of England. The English coaches, they would have preferred an Englishman to take over from Gareth Southgate. The German newspaper Blind called England desperate for appointing a German as their manager. But then from the English FA's point of view, Thomas Tuchel, he's a winner. They need a winner. Their golden era, England, the time they had Gerrard, Lampard, John Terry, Wayne Rooney, they couldn't win. They couldn't win anything. And Gareth Southgate came in, did a good job, back-to-back Euro final defeats, World Cup semi-finals, but still couldn't win a competition for them. They've not won in since 1966. But then they're looking at Tuchel. They want him to win. They believe he can get them over the line. He's a winner, like I said earlier. We saw what he did with Chelsea. Within 6 months, he took over from Frank Lampard mid-season, and then within 6 months, he had won Chelsea the Champions League. He won the World Club Cup. He also won the Super Cup for Chelsea within a short period of time. So he's a winner. He knows how to win competitions, and they're looking at the World Cup in 2026 in America. They gave him an 18-year contract. He has a goal. He's going to have a goal at the World Cup. After that, they'll review his contract. But I think in him, they have a very good coach. Take away Guardiola, take away Ancelotti. He has won more trophies than any other coach in world football since for the past 6-7 years. So they have a good coach in him. Yes, he's German, but that doesn't mean he didn't choose where he was born. But yeah, I think England have a good coach in Thomas Tuchel.
Hopefully, let's see what he'll be offering England. They're the 3 Lions. They really want to win the World Cup and they want to do well. But right now, some English are not too happy for the fact that Thomas Tuchel was actually signed by the FA quietly, secretly. That deal saw the light of the day, and before you know it, he became the coach of the 3 Lions. Well, that also happened during the week. What a week! A lot of happenings during the week, and above all, well, the man that has been rated by so many fans, and even though some say he's not their GOAT, some say he's their GOAT, some are following Cristiano Ronaldo. But this time around, let's talk about Lionel Messi. Just 3 days ago, Marca, you know Marca, this Spanish football tabloid, they actually released this particular story. They had to go to Inter Miami to crown him, and that was done. Crown him as the greatest player of all time, ahead of Ronaldo, Pelé, Di Stefano, and Maradona. Well, from the way it is, according to them, Lionel Messi is the greatest of all time. Talking about Marca now, because before you know it now, I'm sure another team will also come up with their own. But so far, from Marca, is Lionel Messi.
Yes, for them, that's the man, and you can see why. I saw Messi, the first time I saw Messi in the Under-21 World Cup in 2005, where he won the World Cup for Argentina against Nigeria. They defeated us, the Super Eagles, our Under-21 boys. They defeated us in that final. Messi was the highest goal scorer in that competition. He scored 2 goals in the final against Nigeria, and since then his career has gone up. He's won more titles than any other player in the history of football, 46 titles. He's played more World Cup matches than any other player, 26 appearances in the World Cup. You have to give it to him. I don't like to get into the debates between who's the greatest, Messi and Ronaldo, but I think Messi has a strong case for this one. If you ask me, really, I think he's the greatest of all time.
But seriously, if you look at it, I saw that's Ignacio, the leader of Marca, saying, well, for this time, there is no one else that will come that will do well like him. And a lot of people, that will also spark a lot of reactions that, well, you don't know tomorrow. When Maradona was there, no one saw that coming, that Messi was coming. When Pelé was playing, no one saw Messi coming, Ronaldo coming. And night has happened. So we expect another player in the next 10 years. Another set of players. Even it could be 20. I still remember it took between 1986 that Maradona won the World Cup for Argentina. It took a long time before Messi emerged, and it also took a long time after talking about Portugal now, before Ronaldo Cristiano came up. So it took time after Pelé to have Ronaldo de Lima to actually come up. So it will take time too, but I'm very sure the next 30, 20 years, a prodigy will also be born that will wipe away all these records, because no one believed that all the records set by Pelé, Ronaldo, Di Stefano will be wiped up by Ronaldo and Messi. Both of them really show for like 12 years, no one could come after or even in between the two players. But right now, they are dwindling, they are coming down. Another set of players will actually come up to take the place of these icons. You can't take anything away from Lionel Messi and Ronaldo for what they've done. For Marca, they deem it fit that is the greatest of all time, according to them. Well, we just have to look at that. Well, we've been reviewing the week, what happened during the week, starting from Flying Eagles to Super Eagles or Daily Limbia. We also talk about CAF Women's Champions League, where our team will be playing. Not forgetting the Flamingos will be playing today in their second match in the FIFA Women Under-17 World Cup, taking place over there in Dominican Republic. We also touch on Lionel Messi, awarded greatest of all time. I'm not forgetting the fact that Thomas Tuchel appointment as England's Three Lions manager, at least to see what he'll be doing with them for the next World Cup coming up in USA, to be co-hosted anyway by 3 nations, Canada, USA, and Mexico. All this together to review the week of what really happened during the week. Well, we are still waiting for our guests to join us from South Africa and also from England. Alex Peter and Mukilani will be joining us to talk about all this. But while we're waiting for them, let's quickly talk about our own football. MPFL Match Day 8 is coming up. They play Match Day 7 action across Nigeria. But this time around, we look at fixtures in the MPFL for this weekend. A lot of games that will be coming up. That will be on Sunday and Monday. Abia Warriors, Plateau United, Aqua United. For Abia Warriors, they just have to step up, because it has not been smooth with that team from Abia. Aqua United against Enugu Rangers. What a match. We want to see that game coming up, and it's going to be a tough one between Aqua United in Uyo against Enugu Rangers, who lost 4-3 against Kano Pillars in their match day 7. Bayelsa United, Heartland of Owerri. Amuneke, well, what will he be doing against Bayelsa United, where Ladan Boso also holds sway? El Kanemi Warriors of Maiduguri host Eyimba International, while Ikorodu City, yes, the team from Lagos, they'll be playing against Lobby Stars. Will they be able to defeat Lobby Stars? Let's see, maybe they should be getting size. Kano Pillars, after winning away against Rangers at the Cathedral, they will be playing against Kwara United over there in Katsina to play home. Niger Tornadoes They'll be facing Rivers United, while Bender Insurance travel to Remo Stars. Remo Stars lost their game. They lost their game against Plateau United. So they are right now second on the log against Rivers, behind Rivers United. They'll be facing Bender Insurance, while Katsina United will be playing against Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and Sunshine Stars of Akure, who also lost their last game, will be facing Nasarawa United, who did well, winning 3-0 cost of Anash Yusufa. Brilliant hat-trick there in that particular encounter. So they play away against Sunshine Stars. These are the weekend fixtures for match day 8. Mohamed Ali. Well, these are tough ones coming up this weekend.
Yes, they're tough games. It's still early days in the Nigerian Premier League, match day 7. But then we still expect it to be fireworks. You talked about Kano Pillars going away to win. That's good for the Nigerian Premier League. There were days when away teams wouldn't get wins away, only home games they would win. But now it's changing. I like that fact. Coming back at home in Kano, they expect to win and continue the momentum. And I also would I would like to see what Emmanuel Amunike's team would do in their game. It would be interesting to see the result of that game. I'm following that team. It will be interesting to see the results.
Okay, well, really, it was a fantastic performance from talking about Kano Pillars against Rangers over that match day 7. They really did well at the Cathedral. No one saw that coming. It was a 7-goal trailer, although they nearly bottled it, but they were able to win that game 4-3. 4 for Kano Pillars and 3 for Rangers, where Ahmed Musa really showed why he's a fantastic footballer with all his experience, pace, energy and everything put together. He really showed his class to be a top-class player. In fact, if you watch that clip there, I really want to respect Ahmed Musa for what he did for Kano Pillars against Rangers. Rangers really didn't believe their eyes. Looking at how youthfully Ahmed Musa really displayed against them. Rabiu Ali too was there. He really showcased why he's known as one of the oldest, the oldest player in the MPFA right now. Yeah, he really did well with that team, and he deserved all the accolade. And also for Ahmed Musa, talking about Rangers versus Kano Pillars in match day 7, while we're looking at match day 8 fixtures that they'll be playing for this weekend. There are celebration from Kano Pillar fans for the fact that they couldn't believe their eyes looking at their team demolishing Rangers. First half, it was like what was happening before Rangers woke up from their slumber in the second half, where they were able to at least return 3 out of 4 goals, but it wasn't enough. Kano Pillars came, saw and conquered. So we wanted to see if they will be conquering at home for this weekend, where they'll be playing their own match, and who knows, maybe they will add more spark to that particular record of performing so well. For Enyimba International, they also want to do well for this weekend. Ikorodu City is also battle ready. But right now, well, as it is right now, let's quickly move over. Let's talk about Premier League matches coming up in the top 5 league in Europe, where we know that Alex Peter is on standby there. Okay, maybe I should just touch on you, Alex Peter. Are you there? Okay, we're waiting for Alex Peter to join us again, but let's quickly look at the matches. Okay, Alex Peter, I know that a lot of English guys are not too happy with the appointment of Thomas Tuchel. Let's start with you there. Good to have you on the show. Thomas Tuchel appointment as England manager. Oh, okay. Well, from the way it is, it seems we are not hearing Peters there. Hopefully, we get to have his audio back. And right now, we go to all the matches for this weekend in the world of for the matches coming up this weekend. Now, let's quickly look at Premier League, Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A. Okay, we have Amu Kilani Banda is with us from Johannesburg. Good to have you, Amu.
Hi, it's good to be on the show. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm good.
Okay, well, quickly, we know that your team, Mamelodi Sundowns, will be playing against Edo Queens of Nigeria. What are you expecting?
Hey, I'm expecting a good game from Sundowns because they've been playing so well so far. So for me, I expect them to win.
We expect them to win. Of course, I expect that as a South African lady. Anyway, your team also did well at the AFCON 2025. Kudos to Bafana. But right now, let's talk about matches for this weekend in the Premier League. Matches, a lot of matches in the Premier League, Italian Serie A, Bundesliga, French, all that. But quickly, let's run through some of the matches before you actually talk about the big one. We are looking at Liverpool and Chelsea. Tottenham Hotspur at home against West Ham United. Fulham, Aston Villa, Southampton, Leicester City, and Arsenal are away to Bournemouth, while Wolves host Manchester City. I know that is your club, Amukelani. We'll talk about that later. Liverpool, Chelsea, Manchester United against Brentford. A Man United fan said Man United will lose again. I also they will lose this time around. Alex Peter, you should be smiling there, hoping that your team will not lose. Ipswich Town against Everton. What are the matches? Quickly, let's look at Spanish La Liga. A lot of matches coming out there. Barcelona will be home against Sevilla. You have Girona against Real Sociedad. Getafe away to Villarreal. Atletico Madrid against Leganes, while Real Madrid plays Celta de Vigo. And also in the Italian Serie A, a big one between Juventus and Lazio, while you have Roma. Roma will be playing against Inter Milan. Talking about Italian Serie A now, quickly. Well, matches coming up there. Roma, Inter Milan, Cagliari, Torino, and you have Venezia versus Atalanta. Empoli will play against Napoli. Juventus host Lazio. Those are the matches in the Italian Serie A. AC Milan against Udinese. Just to touch on the tough matches in all the leagues in top 5 leagues in Europe right now. Okay, we have. Let's quickly start with. Amukelani, well, from the way it is, big one coming up this weekend, especially between Liverpool and Chelsea. Big matches coming up there, and also Manchester United will be playing. Not forgetting that both of you are Manchester fans, even though Amukelani is Man City and Peter is Manchester United. Let's start with Amukelani quickly. What are you expecting between these two teams, Liverpool, Chelsea?
Liverpool and Chelsea. I think Liverpool will have to take it, seeing from the way that they've been performing throughout the season. So for me, I think Liverpool will have to pull through with the win.
They will pull through with a win, and I will hold you there. I just hope they will pull through with a win. Amukilani, joining from Johannesburg there. Let's roll to Peter from Bristol. Peter, yes, Manchester City, rather United will be playing too, I know that. But let's touch on Liverpool, Chelsea before I come back to your club. What's your expectation concerning this big match between the two clubs?
Yeah, I'm expecting a big game. Both teams are doing really well, have had a great start to the season, of course. You know, Liverpool, they've won 4 of their last 5, only that freak loss to Nottingham Forest, whereas Chelsea are unbeaten in their last 5 as well. So they're starting to find their rhythm under Enzo Maresca, whereas Liverpool have just, kept going from where Klopp left off with Arne Slot. And it's going to be a really interesting game at Anfield. I don't think there'll be much in it between the two teams, to be honest with you. I could see the game resulting in a draw and relying on players such as Cole Palmer and Mohamed Salah for those sort of breakthrough moments. But I expect a good game, high quality. Chelsea and Liverpool in the last few years, especially in the finals that they've met, have produced good games, even if those games have ended 0-0. So I expect similar on Sunday.
Okay, a big one on Sunday between Liverpool and Chelsea. Maybe I should just throw a little banter at you, Alex Peter. What's happening in England? Thomas Tuchel appointment. What reactions from the English people?
Yeah, no, apologies for the audio issues before. I guess for some England fans, it'd be better if what their thoughts were left unsaid in that case. But my thoughts on Thomas Tuchel, I'm quite happy with the appointment. I think Southgate got us very far. He got us a lot farther than people expected, to be honest with you, especially for an English coach. But in those big games, the semi-final against Croatia, for instance, and the final against Italy and Spain, I think having a world-class manager such as Thomas Tuchel, who has beaten Pep Guardiola, of all managers, in a Champions League final, I think having a manager like that, it will be inspiring for the players, knowing that they have a coach who can get them over the line in those big moments, which I think England need. And there's obviously a lot of candidates. You could have gone English, could have gone with Graham Potter. Eddie Howe recently said that he wasn't even approached for the job. But Thomas Tuchel going in, if you had asked me at the end of the Euros last summer, Thomas Tuchel would have been my man to replace Gareth Southgate.
I see that. Okay, I just have to make your point there. Okay, right now we've been talking concerning Liverpool, Chelsea. Let's roll over before we come back to the studio to meet Muhammad Ali. Well, Amukelani, we know that when it comes to record, Liverpool, yes, they've done a lot of winning, a lot of trophy and all that in England, and you can't take anything away from Chelsea too. The era of Jose Mourinho really speaks volume for Chelsea, and this match is a big one because the rivalry, even though might not be as high as Liverpool versus Manchester United, but Liverpool-Chelsea is a big match. But we've seen a Chelsea team that picked up the pieces, they've shaken up, especially having Cole Palmer in their kitty, have really added a lot of sparks to that team. Looking at this particular match for this weekend on Sunday precisely, are you seeing Cole Palmer being the magic for Chelsea?
I wouldn't say yes, but also, in the game of football, you can't really predict anything. So we'll just have to see when the game progresses and starts. So we'll have to see tomorrow.
Okay, so if you are to be the coach of Chelsea, if you are to be, as it is right now, what would you do if you are to be Enzo Maresca? I'm talking about with you right now, Amukelani. If you are the coach of Chelsea, which player would you put as your joker for that game tomorrow?
I think I'd have to put Cole Palmer. Would have to be Cole Palmer.
Okay, Cole Palmer is still that the magic man with that team. Really, he's been outstanding this season with Chelsea, and nobody can take that away from him. Well, right now, let's come back to the studio and have Muhammad Ali have his own point too, so that we'll not drop Ali and go with Peter and Banda. So, this game, Liverpool-Chelsea, big match. You've heard what they said, both of them, about the expectation of the two clubs, fans and all that. And right now, Palmer, fantastic for Chelsea, and Liverpool. Anslot seems to have been able to take over well from Jurgen Klopp, and is really doing well, topping the table. And from the way it is, your own view of this match?
It should be a great game. Liverpool versus Chelsea. The last two games has ended in draws, goalless draws. Liverpool pinched it on penalties. This one should be tight also. And a Slot came in, took over from Klopp. He has done well. He has settled in like a duck to water. In their last, I think, 7 games they've played in the Premier League, they've won 6, lost just 1. It was a shocking defeat, actually. And also, they have the best defense. They've conceded just 2 goals. Chelsea, on the other hand, Enzo Maresca, he's coming. He's done a great job. The football is really good under Maresca. I like the way the team are playing. It will take time. I mean, he's just new in, but you can see the way they're attacking. They're the second highest goal scorers in the Premier League, just behind Man City. This should be a good game. I won't be surprised if it's another draw. Recently, Chelsea and Liverpool, it's been draws. But it should be a big game. It's a star game for the weekend. I predict a draw, actually.
Okay. Now, even before we talk about predictions, I asked Mukelani about the joker she's seen for Chelsea. She picked Cole Palmer. Okay, let's rotate with you with Liverpool. Liverpool, Anslot. He has really done well. Mo Salah, we know, is always there because he's the arrowhead. But right now, who are you looking at to make the magic for Liverpool against Chelsea?
I won't go with Salah. Salah has a great record against Chelsea. He seems to score against Chelsea. But I'll go with Luis Diaz. I've been really impressed by him this season. He scored, I think, four goals or so with a few assists. I think he's going to cause Chelsea lots of trouble, especially on when he comes in from the left. He operates from the left, cuts inside. Chelsea have Cucurella suspended, have Fofana suspended. That might play into Liverpool's hand. But I think Luis Diaz is going to be the star man for Liverpool today.
Okay,
tomorrow rather.
Luis Diaz could be the star man for him. Alex Peter, who is your star man for that game?
Star man for that game, I would go Cole Palmer between the two teams. I believe he's the player who's most in form at the moment. You know, got the most.
Peter, if you can hear me, try and unmute yourself so that we can hear you. Okay, let's go. While we're waiting for Peter to actually make his point, let's go back to Johannesburg and talk with Almukelani Banda, who is also standing by with us. You heard him talking about Luis Diaz as his own talismanic player for that match for Liverpool. Will you stand with him on that, or you go with Mo Salah to do the magic for Liverpool?
I think I would go with Masala.
Well, seriously, it seems we just have to roll it back to the studio right now about the audio there. Maybe you just have to check your audio too, Amuklani, so that we can get it right. All of us can contribute on the show. We'll be opening the phone line soon for you to also contribute. 1 or 2 calls to see your reaction. Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans out there, who wins? The team that walk alone or not? Or the team that's actually having blues as their color? Well, from the way it says, this is a match that Liverpool knows what's at stake. Man City are coming behind them. They know that Arsenal too are also knocking just a point ahead of them, 18, 17, 17. And you look at Liverpool knows that they need to hold it tight this time around, because the battle for the leadership of Premier League this time around is tougher, in fact, than last season. It's getting tougher each year as it evolved. And right now, I was talking about Arne Slot being able to put his foot down, and he has been able to get so easy with Liverpool. Seems as if there was no exchange of coaches at all. It's as if it's still the man that was there before. I'm talking about Jurgen Klopp now. Don't you see? I saw the statistics of how they play. It was as if they are using the same style, both of them.
Yes, to be honest, he didn't change much. He inherited a very good team in Liverpool. He didn't have to change much. He only signed 2 players, Federico Chiesa from Juventus, and then a goalkeeper. The goalkeeper is still on loan. Chiesa is not expected to be a first-team player, so you can see that he didn't actually sign much. He just took the team, just adjusted the team a bit. They're not playing the all-flowing Jurgen Klopp type of football where they all attack. His own style is a bit conservative. It's a bit defensive. They have the best defense in the league. Like I said, they've only conceded 2 goals in the league in 7 games. And in all competitions, they've played about 10 games this season. They've conceded just 3 games in all competition. So his style is slightly different, but very, very effective. Very, very
What do you
effective.
expect from a Dutchman? They are football. You know, most of the Dutch players, you look at Johan Cruyff's style, you look at all the players that come from Netherlands, their football artistic is quite very, very formal. They are sound, they know what they are doing. Just that it seems, let me know, because Manchester United fans will come for me now. That's okay, what happens to Erik ten Hag? Let's not go there, please. It's just, seriously. Anyway, we've been having this chit-chats in the studio, and also straight down to South Africa with Mukilan, and also Bristol with Alex Peter. We can have it quickly with Alex Peter. I was about asking you about your own talisman for Liverpool before that audio got muted. So let's go back to Alex Peter.
Hi there. I hope you can hear me now. Starman for the game for Chelsea-Liverpool. I think you can't look beyond anyone than Cole Palmer right now. You know, he's got the most goals and assists in the league, more than Erling Haaland, surprisingly. And I think he is the talisman, and he will be the main difference. But I believe that the game, honestly, is won or lost on Trent Alexander-Arnold tomorrow. If he is playing the way he's been playing recently, creating the chances, just being an absolute menace from right back, I think he can win the game for Liverpool alone. However, I think if Chelsea are wise and Maresca exploits that side where he's on with playing someone maybe you wouldn't normally play. I could see a player like Mudryk maybe getting a start tomorrow in that case, just to have that pace on the attack against Liverpool. But Cole Palmer, I believe, is the man who will make the difference. But the game will be won or lost for Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Everybody seems to be loving Cole Palmer now. Actually, he deserves it. After winning that Player of the Month, he really deserves it. But from the way it is, on a lighter note, what's happening to Manchester United? Alex Peter.
Yeah, it's a story every week, isn't it? So up against Brentford today. Obviously, Brentford have been noted for scoring early in recent games. And Mbeumo, who's up there with the top goal scorers this season as well. And it's a game which United can lose. Even at home, you don't go into it with the most confidence. Brentford are a side who are just, you really don't know what you're going to get with them most games. They can score as many as they can concede. And we've had some good fixtures with them recently. So I do expect us to score, but us to win, even get a draw at this point would be hopeful. You know, we've got a lot of injuries. Minu's out this week as well. And it's just going to be an interesting game to see with Manchester United. You never know what you're going to get.
How interesting will it be? You expect your team to win, I guess.
I hope my team to win. Expect, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, I can see fear in your smile. You're afraid that Man United could lose that game, right?
Yes, yeah, of course. See, I'm hoping if I keep smiling, we'll keep winning.
Okay, good one there. Just to lighten the mood there. Well, right now, let's cross over to our moon, talking about Manchester City this time around. I know you are a fan of Man City in England. Your team, they are second on the law behind Liverpool. Are you expected to do well against Wolverhampton Wanderers? I'm sure, right?
Yes, I am very excited for the team, and I think I'm just wishing them all the best, and I hope that they can put everything into this game.
Okay,
Yeah.
so even though you are expecting Man City to win, Liverpool, they are one point ahead of your team, Manchester City. And you know how it is. They will not want to budge at all because they know they need this point to stay top on the Premier League. Are you wishing Liverpool to lose so that you can take over?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that.
Okay, I'm saying as a Man City fan, you wish Liverpool should lose so that your team can top the Premier League.
Yes.
Straight away, yes, there. Okay, right now, on a lighter note, when it comes to football in Africa, you can't take anything away from Nigeria. A lot of countries know that Nigerians are very good, Super Eagles. During the week, we saw what happened to them. Between them and Libya, where I'm sure you saw that particular in the news. What can you say about it briefly? Super Eagles being kept away by Libyan, maybe what we call it, Football Federation. Yes, let me use that word. Amukelani, if you can hear me, I'm talking about Super Eagles of Nigeria having to be diverted to a different location when it was to play Libya that was last Sunday. Well, it was an uproar from the whole world concerning that situation. How do you see it? Okay, seems audio is still having issues there. Let's come back. Muhammad Ali, not the boxer anyway. Okay, this particular match between Liverpool-Chelsea is a match that, I'm seeing Chelsea really coming back to getting better and better. Almost, they are really getting better now. Enzo has been able to at least put some stamps on that team, and it's really working well. What can you say is the secret of this?
Yes, they're doing very well under him. They've lost just one game this season in the league, and that was the first game against Man City. You pardon anybody that loses to Man City. You don't expect everybody to get a result against Man City. Aside that game, they've done very well. Every time they attack, you feel like they're going to get a goal. Maresca has really changed it here, but then again, it's still very early days. He said it last week or so that it's still very early. We shouldn't get carried away. We shouldn't expect him to compete with the likes of Arsenal and Man City. He's just 3 months into the job. Guardiola has been there 7 years. Arteta has been there 5 years. He will get better, the team will get better, but you can see the path Chelsea are going, and it's lovely. Maresca, he just won the manager of the month. His star man, Cole Palmer, also just won the player of the month. So you can see the progression. The football is lovely, it's good to watch. They will get better, but we have to stay grounded for now.
I see you nodding your head, Alex Peter. Well, you want to agree with that. But right now, let's open the phone line for Nigerians to react. At least 1 or 2 calls before we wrap it up. Liverpool, Chelsea, what's your take on this? Remember, when you're calling us, tell us your name, your location. Make your point straight up. Let's have it. I'm sure a lot of Chelsea fans are in Nigeria. They are ready for this. I expect them to say Chelsea will win this. And who knows, the Blues will actually come up with surprise. Well, going back to Amukelani, what's your, from the way it is right now, I was talking about Super Eagles Libya. Maybe we just keep that aside. Let's focus on last Chelsea-Liverpool. If you had to mention the scoreline, your prediction for this game. Okay, you need to unmute yourself, Amukelani. You need to unmute yourself so that we can hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Okay.
No.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
I'm saying that I'm predicting that the score is going to be 2-1.
In favor of Liverpool or Chelsea?
Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1.
Seriously? I thought you were going to go for Chelsea to win so that you can come up, Man City can take over.
No, thing is, I need to be truthful. So, seeing the way Liverpool has been playing, I'm going to give them the win. So, Liverpool's definitely going to win. It's going to be 2 and Chelsea 1.
Are you afraid that you have three guys? Show me you in the midst in the midst of three guys. Maybe that's why you are afraid at Liverpool. Anyway, just to make you laugh a bit, Amukelani telling us that she believes. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
The thing is, I need to be truthful. So, in this game, for me, Liverpool's going to take it, and then Chelsea's going to lose against Liverpool. There's no ways that they're going to win. I need to be truthful about this game.
Don't let Chelsea fans come for you this morning, Amukilani. They will come for you. Chelsea fans, they will come for you. Expect that to come up. But really, she said 2-1 for Liverpool and Chelsea 1-2 for Liverpool. That's from Amukilani. Alex Peter, your own prediction.
With a 1-1 draw. I think it'll be a close game. I think there'll be some dramatic events unfold. I could see like maybe a red card or something, but I do think the score will be 1-0. I think it's going to end in a draw between the two teams.
You are seeing 1-0 between the two teams. Well, I suspect that you are trying to stand aloof so that you will not predict wrongly.
Yeah, see, I'm just trying to survive as a Man United fan. See, I don't want anyone to win.
I suspect that. Okay, let's reach out to Mohammed. What's your own view concerning this scoreline between Liverpool and Chelsea? What are you expecting?
I think it's going to be tight. I think Liverpool will win 1-0. They have experience. I think they have experience. The players, the core players in their team have been together for a few years. I think they'll win. They'll win this game.
What's it with the three of you mentioning 1-1-1? He says 1-0. Alex Peter is saying 1-0. Mukilani is saying 2-1. What's the problem? Why is no one mentioning 3-0 or 2-0 straight away? Anyway, well, we've been talking with Alex Peter from Bristol, Johannesburg. We have Mukilani Banda joining us from there. And we have Mohammed Ali joining us from the studio live, talking about Liverpool-Chelsea. The match is coming up this weekend. Okay, let's just touch briefly, even though Liverpool-Chelsea is still there. Well, expectations are high. Let me touch on Mukilani between Roma and Inter Milan, Juventus and Lazio. Just the scoreline from you. Mukilani, can you hear me?
No.
Okay, I was talking about Juventus versus Lazio and Roma versus Inter Milan. The scoreline from your side.
For me, I think Juventus will have to take it. So, a 1-0 between them. And then
Inter Milan 1-1 against Roma. Then Juventus will beat Lazio. That's from a move there. Well, Alex Peter, you agree with that?
Slightly different with the results. I think Juventus-Lazio is a top four clash. Lazio have started the season really well. Nuno Tavares is our ball players, a former Arsenal man, is the top assister in the league. So I think that's going to be close. So I'm going to go 1-1 between Juventus and Lazio. And whereas Inter Milan and Roma, obviously they've got rid of their manager, De Rossi, recently. Had a bit of a strange start to the season, given the way last one ended. Inter, doing well, are in second position. However, they're not as strong as they were last season, I don't think. So for that reason, I'm going to go with a 2-1 Inter win, but I can see it being a very close game and decided late on.
Okay, good one coming from Alex Peter there. At least our time is almost up there. We just have to appreciate you guys for joining us. Alex Peter, thank you so much. I wish Manchester United the best against Brentford. Thank you for joining from
Thank you.
Okay, Amukelani Banda from Johannesburg. At least we've been fair enough. Let's include a woman, and you did it. Thank you so much for joining us from South Africa.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, good one there. Mohamed Ali, the Mohamed Ali of Nigeria. Well, just a scoreline. Inter Roma.
I think it's going to be a draw.
A draw.
Yes.
0-0, 1-0.
0-0, goalless.
0-0, goalless there. Well, we just run through some matches, fixtures for you there, even though we couldn't take any call. I apologize for that. But right now, we just have to go. But for this weekend, a big one between Liverpool and Chelsea coming up. Who wins that battle? They predicted. We wait to see who wins this battle between the two teams. And for Nigeria Premier Football League, matches are up there. Wishing Flamingos the best, wishing Flying Eagles the best in all their games there. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. Sport is always business and fitness. Thanks for watching. Have a splendid weekend.